Okay, so thank you for having on. I don't know why I just wanted to say happy Sunday. It is Tuesday. It's been a crazy day over here. So much going on. But I'm glad that I get to sit down with you guys. I'm glad that I get to talk to you with Sue. Sue is killing it, and I'm gonna let you share a lot about what she's doing in her story. But I asked her, I said, what do you want to speak on? And she goes, girl, the comeback and like picking yourself back up, which is so powerful because I feel like a lot of times you get on a training or you get on a Zoom and it's like, do more, be more, post more, share more, enroll more. But it's like nobody talks about how to get back up when you fall down. They just expect you to go do it. And it's like, well, hang on a second. I gotta pull myself back up out of the dirt and like wipe myself off and get started again. And some people struggle with that. They're like, I don't even know where to start over, or I left and I came back, or I stopped, but I want to restart. And so that's part of Sue's story. So I want her to share that with you. So if you want to, you can share a little bit about like, because your first time here, but like this is your 2.0 run here. And you and I have had conversations where you're like, I got to get out of the mud. I got to get back on track. And so I want to hear about what you're doing to hold yourself accountable, to get yourself back up.
Absolutely. Hi, you guys. My name's Suyin. You can call me Sue. And, I just wanted to hop on and pour a little bit of life into you. And I'm really big on vision and mindset. You'll always hear me ask questions about that in Zooms because I want to know, what is this leader reading? What are you listening to? What podcast do you have on? That is what drew me to staying in this company for so long. And yes, it is my 2.0 run, but I have been here for 7 years. I've never been that consistent with anything. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the chat how long you've been here. Some of you been here very short, very long. But I have never done anything this long other than my career as a nurse. Years. So I want to talk a little bit about having that vision and knowing your purpose here, because in order to have vision, you must know your purpose. And I want you guys to get so laser focused, not on 1 year from now, but 2 to 4 years from now. What is it going to look like when you wake up and what is today? The 10th? And you wake up and, you're about to maintain 200K and you have 412K and you're about to pop another 4K. And what is that going to feel like to you? And where are you going to be living at? What are you going to be doing for your kids? What is your motive? I want you guys to go so much deeper than just the next day or just the next enrollment or just this VIP reset. Because I have lost so many bonuses. I've lost so much in this season that I'm in right now. I'm in a very hard, busy season. And that's why there's great for every single season. But when you have that strong vision, like I do, that pulls me, because I have something that pulls me, right? Like I look at my and I'm like, I know what I can give you. I know that I can never take you to give me right now in this moment, but one day I will be able to take my 7 children to Disney. It pulls me. It's a vision for 2 to 4 years, not tomorrow. You know what I mean? Grow in the season. There's a process. You're the Bible because that's like who I am. Maybe that's why Katie felt like Sunday. We're going to church, okay? But so I'm
Hey,
sorry if
Sue.
that offends anybody. But
Sue.
when you walk in your purpose, it is pleasing to God. And
Sue. I don't know. We might have lost her. Hang on.
every single day, it needs to be connected to something than just. I'm gonna mute Amber. Sorry, Amber.
No, Sue, that's me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Oh,
No, you're breaking up really bad.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
All right. Let me move.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if it was just me, but I was like, is she breaking up? But I know you're outside, so maybe it's just like outside noise. If there's any kind of like cars driving by or outside noise, sometimes I can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move right now.
Okay.
I was just hiding from the kids, but I'm gonna go to my.
No, you don't even have to. You're preaching to the choir.
Okay. Maybe this room.
There we go.
I have
You
loads of
already
kids.
sound no, you already sound better. Okay. You're good.
When I tell you guys, I have a kid every 2 years. I'm not joking. I've been married for 10 years and we've had 7 kids. It's been kids on kids. And so I've had to learn. I've had to learn that some seasons, like right now, I'm about to give birth. I give myself grace, right? I don't go to the next shiny thing. I don't walk away. I don't get down on myself. I'm like, if I can't show up in this one way, that's okay. I'm going to keep going because what drives me is my okay. Let's talk a little bit about, do you remember when you were called to this business? Do you remember what called you and what drew you? I want you to put it in the chat for me because for me, what drew me to this business, the first thing that I saw was the team winning. Okay. That gives me so much fire and joy to see my team win because I live in California. You're either really broke or you're really rich here. There's you're broke or you're rich. I know a lot of women who need this opportunity and a lot of women who have won with this opportunity, whether it be 100, 500, a couple $1,000s that has changed their life. They'll sit there and cry with me on a video call, on a text, and it lights my fire every time because I'm like, I know what it feels like to not have money for diapers, you know? And so to have women come into my inbox and say this opportunity, like, or the VIP reset or hitting their VIPs in the first place has allowed them to buy food, literal food. It drives me, right? And so when I saw my first leader, Katie, also Katie Coberline, she was always posting her team's wins. When I saw that, I wanted it for myself. I wanted it for my team. I was already doing like a different opportunity for a little bit, but my team wasn't winning. Like I was earning a little bit here and there. And when I saw Katie posting these reviews of her team winning, like these cash bonuses, I wanted that for my team. And so that's what really drew me, as well as the free product and being able to provide something for free to that struggling mom. And I just say mom because I'm a mom and that's who I relate with the most, but like struggling anybody, right? I don't like it. I don't like to hear people hurting. And so I hear that a lot around here. You know, it's very expensive to live in California. And so that's what drives me. And when I get online to post, I don't think about myself. I don't think about my enrollments. I'm not like, oh, I need this VIP reset. I think about that next person and that next impact that I can make on their family, on their diapers, on their food, on their table. I think about the economy that we're living in and the fact that we have something free to provide. Like, I know we push packs, but really, you can sign up for free, right? You sign up for free, you sell a couple samples, and then you're able to buy your product and you just like work your way up from like for me to offer someone that is why I came here. So I just want to bring you guys back to that moment of what brought you here in the first place. And I want you guys to hold on to that. You're going to see a lot of people walk away. You're going to see shiny things come. I'm one of those people that walked away for something shiny and it was not worth it. Okay. There's nothing like what we have here, but also just being rooted. Right. And when you look at top leaders, like, do you see yourself in their shoes? Like, when I look at the life that Katie lives, I'm not like, are you celebrating your leaders? I'm not like jealous. Like, oh my God, she went on a cruise. Oh, she just bought a car. She just, you know, up leveled her family again. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be there one day. One day I'm going to be in that place. I'm going to do that for my kids. I'm going to do that for my kids. And I'm going to do that for my parents. And I'm going to, and I look at her life and I'm like, what sets us apart? Time and consistency. Katie is very consistent every single day and she puts in the work every single day in every single area. In the chat, she makes her post every day. She's doing her follow-ups every day, and she's been doing that for X amount of years. That's the only thing that sets you apart from top leaders, and I need you guys to get that mindset that like you are a top leader. You are going to be a top leader because that's what I have in my mind. You need to celebrate people. Look at Amber's life. Look at the freedom that she has built. Look at what she does. She travels for a living, basically. She's always traveling, right? People see that and people on the outside of network marketing, they see that and they're like either jealous or how do they do it or that's fake or I can't achieve it. But us being in this company, I want you guys to look at those leaders and see yourself in their shoes and know that you're so capable. Like each and every one of you is so worthy. I only see one camera on, so I'm only preaching to one girl. But if you don't put your cameras on, put them on because I want to talk to you. You're so worthy. You're so capable. Like each and every one of you has something to offer this world, offer this business, offer the people that are in your circle right now. And you're so worthy to be in those top leader shoes. And I need you to catch that. I need you to look at your life 2 to 4 years from now. Where are you going to be at? Where's your volume going to be at right now? Are you going to be about to maintain 200K? Think about it because you can. You're so capable. And God put gifts inside all of us. We are all gifted in different ways. Okay. Katie's very strategic. She's very much tactical. She's good at putting out schedules and keeping us on track. That's a gift of hers that she gets to offer us. And you guys have gifts that you can offer your team. And that's why we all mesh and work together. And I love this community because we all do bring something to the table, but I need you guys to bring it. Like bring it, like step up, do the Zooms, host a working Zoom, get on the team page and go live. Share what's on your heart. Whatever book you're reading, whatever podcast you listen to, you had an aha moment, hit that live button, go on that team page because you're worthy. You're worthy of it. You're worthy right now. So there's so much power, you guys, in serving in secret, right? And working with, and I was just like I said, it's really hard for me not to bring God into this because that's just my whole life, okay? But there's so much to just working, having grace for the season to run your race. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many times I want to get down on myself, like, girl, you didn't get in your stories today. Girl, you didn't post for the second day, third day in a row. There's so many times I want to do that, but I just remind myself, God gives me enough grace for my race. And so I want you guys to receive that and know that whatever happened in the past, whatever happened last week, yesterday, last month, last year, guys, I missed an $800 bonus last month by 200 in volume. That really sucked. But I woke up the next day and I was like, I've missed a bonus before. I'll miss them again. If I can't miss 800, if I can't handle missing $800, how am I going to handle missing $1,500, $15,000 as a 200K, as a 1M, right? If I can't handle missing $800, if someone walks away and if someone walks away from your team and she's a 4K and you can't handle that and you have to leave too, how are you going to handle 200K walking away? It's going to happen. There's going to be seasons in your business. That's what this business is all about, is the seasons. But what's going to drive you and keep you here is your vision and your purpose and your passion, what you envision for the future. One day I'm going to be at Palooza. I'm going to have a huge team. Elevate. And I have this vision of baptizing people in the pool at the hotel. I really do. I do feel like that's going to happen. I have this, I went on lifestyle getaways. I did Bible study in the morning. I let my team know, hey guys, meet at this place at this time. We're going to do Bible study. I brought What Would Jesus Do bracelets. These are things that are in my heart to I want to advance his kingdom. What do you want to do? What do you see your vision, your purpose, your passion for? What drives you? So I want you guys to hold on to that. Katie, do you have anything?
Yes, I have a bunch of notes. I love that so much. Somebody had asked me one time, and this is, if you're someone that's like, I don't know what drives me, and there's nothing wrong with that if you don't know. Sometimes you have to dig deep and really kind of figure it out. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Sometimes as a stay-at-home mom, you lose yourself and you feel like you just are motherhood, like and you don't know your purpose or what would drive you. And so I would encourage you, and somebody asked me this one time, and it helped me, is if money was not an option and transportation was not an option or schedules were not a conflict, what would you do willingly for free for the rest of your life? what would you do? Sue would be out here baptizing people in hotel pools. She'd be traveling. She'd be ministering. She'd be having, all these, what are the revolution, what are they called? Under the big tents, like she would be out here preaching. Okay, I would probably be on stages, speaking to women. I've been through abuse, I've been through poverty, I've been through um you know watching my parents separate. I've been through these things, and so I feel like I can speak to women that have gone through that. And that's what I love to do is, even within our team, like I'm not doing this on a huge scale, but like within our team. Yes, a revival. I kept calling it revolution. It was a revival. Sue's gonna be out here having these big tent revivals. And so I like to speak life over our team. Like I look at Shannon. If you ever get the opportunity to sit down with Shannon and hear her story, bring a box of tissues and be ready to pull your jaw off the floor. Her story is incredible, but just being able to share with these women, like your past does not define you. I don't care if you were a homeless, divorced, addict with an eating disorder and you were called unworthy your whole life, you can still be used in this business and you can still change lives in this business. And so I love to speak that over women. What is it for you? What calls you? What drives you? What would you do for free every single morning, every single day if you could? What, when you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the floor, like what's the first thing you'd want to do? Is it pour into people? Is it go live? Is it, whatever it is? And so focus on that. Um, let's see, help others. You had said that, the vision to help others. It's, yeah, when I started and when a lot of us started, sure, it was for me. I started for Christmas money. Like that was a me thing. I needed money for Christmas, but I really quickly realized that it's more than me, right? The money is great and the freedom's great, but getting a text message from Megan, who, is going to be hopping on here shortly, that she joined with like zero money in the bank. This girl has hit cabs. She's won cash from Amber. She's hit re-VIP. She earned her normal VIPs. I mean, this girl has voice messaged me in tears about how she's able to buy groceries, right? That's what it's all about. And there's no feeling that can match the feeling of helping somebody else win. Megan's on. Hi, girl. I see you. There's literally no feeling. I would take the feeling of helping someone else win over my own wins any day. Like you just can't replicate that. And so go out there and instead of looking at your wheel and going, "Oh, I need to get another customer or I need to get another promoter," go serve up some value and help somebody. You have a woman's lifeboat on your back. Like you have a woman's life-changing opportunity, or man, their life-changing opportunity on your back. How selfish to not share that. If you had the cure to something, how could you not share that with the person who desperately needed it? And don't prejudge people, because I was in a company prior to Thrive for 3 years, and when I switched companies and when I joined Thrive, people were shook because they had no idea that I was struggling the way that I was. My social media was a facade. If you don't know this, let me tell you, social media is fake. People will not share their struggles. They're not going to, I mean, some people will, but a majority of people will not share that they're struggling. They will not share that they're burnt out. They will not share that they can't afford groceries, but they are. And that's where I was at. You would have never known looking at my social media how down in the dumps I was, where I was at. And so, don't prejudge people. Don't go, "Oh, well, they have tons of Facebook followers and lots of likes and they're on the beach." Maybe they're on the beach because they put that on a credit card. You have literally no idea what anyone's financial situation looks like. The best thing anyone's ever told me is to stay out of people's pockets. And so that's exactly what I do. I don't know what their banks look like. I don't know their credit situation. I don't know nothing. I just know I have an opportunity and I will never prejudge people. I will tell you, I have signed up people on Instagram with 1 million followers who didn't even hit their VIPs before they quit. Okay, I was like, this is my next 200K. I was so excited. Did nothing. I call her a kidnapper. I call these people kidnappers. They grab their kit and they bounce. They don't do anything, right? But then I've had people come to me with 150 Facebook friends, no social media presence, like no experience at all in networking. And I'm like, oh, like, okay, we're gonna do this, right? Boom, Ashley Adrian comes in, goes 12K, and now she's phenomenal. She's hitting her cabs. It's like she was scared to death to do this, had this small social media, no following, wasn't active really often, And now she's someone on our team that we're constantly cheering her on. She's constantly doing big things. And so help other people. I did mention this on a Zoom that I was on last night. I was on the sideline Zoom. I don't know if some of y'all might have been on or not. But there's a book called Digital Persuasion by Erin something. I knew it and then I lost it. It's called Digital Persuasion. And she actually spoke at one of our conferences years ago. But her book is so, so good. And she talks about how too many of us are caught up in the me, my team, my sales, my check, my bonus, my car, my life. All, yes, thank you, Janelle, thank you. And so do an audit of your social media. How many times do you talk about yourself, right? And I say this with love. So like, know that, but people don't care about us the way that we think they do. Oh, good for you. You earned a bonus. Guess what? I can't even buy groceries this week. Good for you. You just went out and got an auto bonus. Guess what? My light's getting shut off. Right? So instead of saying me, switch it to you, right? So instead of saying, hey, I got my auto bonus today, my 12K and aboves here, instead of saying I got my auto bonus today, you know, you can pat yourself on the back. Absolutely. Congratulations. You got your auto bonus. But flip it and say, hey, what would it mean for you to earn an auto bonus, right? You can talk about, hey, you know, got paid today. It's going to pay for my car. I'm so excited. You know, I used to have a clunker and now I have this vehicle because of Lavelle. What would it mean for you if I was able to help you earn a monthly auto bonus, right? When you go grocery shopping, you know, snap a photo of your groceries and say, can you imagine the weight lifted off your shoulders knowing that you can grocery shop every week and not have to check your bank account before you get to the cashier? When you ask somebody what this would mean to you and what would it mean to them, it plants that seed in their head that, hey, maybe I can do this too, right? Maybe I can do this too. Instead of just constantly me, let people know like you can do this too. I want to help you earn your VIPs. I want to help you hit this $1,000 in your first 40 days, 30 days. I want to help you earn an auto bonus. And so switch it from that. People want to know that you care. People join people that they know, that they like, and that they trust. And they have to know that you care about them. Do that by showing them what's possible for them. And like Sue said, you know, she originally joined because she was sharing her upline before when she joined the first time was sharing people's wins. We are a team, and I've told my team this. I don't even like saying my team, our team. I've told our team this. If you see me share a win, screenshot it and reshare it. I don't care. Judy's on here. Hey Judy, can't wait to see you next month. You know, Judy and I, we don't make a cent off of each other at all. Like we're sidelines. But if she wins, hell yeah, I'm putting it in my story. I want to shout her out and let people know that like this is our team collectively. I love Amber to death. She's one of my best friends in this business, and just you know we do life together in general. But Amber did not sell. I don't know what is it, $100 million in products by herself. That's me, that's Sue, that's Shannon, that's Samantha, Lauren, Judy, that's Jacqueline, that's all of us, that's collective. And so if you see somebody sharing a win, by all means, grab it, share it, reshare it, let people know that there's other people winning. Because sometimes, and this is, I don't know why it's like this, people need to see that third party validation, right? My own mother-in-law didn't order until I put her in a three-way chat with somebody she doesn't even know. I was like, gee, thanks a lot. Like, you need to talk to a total stranger before you trust me. But then she finally ordered. People need that validation. So I love that, Sue. I love how vision focused you are. I don't work for Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesdays are great. Cool. Happy payday. But I'm working for Tuesday 5 years from now. I'm working for the Tuesday where I'm on stage with my millionaire award and I have 10 girls with me up there with their millionaire awards. And I have brand new people walking the stage every single year with their 200K. Well, they don't get signs anymore, but they're jerseys now. And so that's what I'm working for, right? Courtney Glaser told me one time I had a meltdown and I'm not proud of it. And she talked me through it. Like we've all been there. Okay. You're lying if you say you haven't. I had a girl walk away, my check plummeted. I was like, what in the world? And so I got on a FaceTime with KG and she goes, girl, there's 52 weeks in a year. One of your checks has to be the lowest check. Like it's inevitable. Like one of them has to be the lowest one. This one just happened to be it. So what? She said, don't ever blow your biggest check and don't ever quit over your lowest. And that stuck with me and it's what keeps me going. And I will add up, you know, hey, maybe one payday is not as great as the last one, but add it up over the month and make that payday count, right? Even if you're someone where you're like, okay, I'm making $30 a week, $40 a week. You just started out, this is whatever it is. Instead of taking that, go, oh, it's just $30. So you're going to blow it at Target and Starbucks, right? Take that $30, add it up for the whole month, and then transfer it. Now you've got $120 to pay your light bill. Make those checks impactful, and then you can share that, how this business paid your light bill for you. So, Sue, did you have anything else you wanted to share? I saw Megan was on.
I do, but Megan, if you want to pop on, because I know you're probably doing grocery runs and things. Megan was my childhood friend, and we worked together
Awesome.
run, and she's an incredible leader. And one thing, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, Megan's strengths. I was just thinking about Megan and as a whole. She's a very hard worker for her family. She's one of those people I talked about, lives in California as well, knows how the struggle is real, but she's a follow upper. Because the other day I had to tell her, I was like, Megan, you text me, you message me on Facebook and Instagram. I will get back to you when I can. Be patient with me. I know she's a follow upper, and that is one of key. That is just like, if I would have caught this earlier in my business, you guys, communication, follow up, talking to people is the meat of our business. I can post all day. I have tons of potentials in my inbox. My inbox always is like 30, which is embarrassing as heck. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. But Megan's a follow upper, and that's why she's so successful. I'm gonna pass it to you, and then yeah, I do have something else.
Megan, you should be able to unmute. There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
just
I
did.
love you. Let me first start this by saying that I'm so freaking proud of you, Megan, because when she first came in, I will talk to this girl and I don't know if I will believe in you until you believe in your dang self. Like, borrow my belief, because I'm like, you're going to go 4K. And she goes, oh, okay, well, I'm going to try. I'm like, no, girl, stop right now. Like, this girl hit 5 cab on like the second, okay? Like, very first one, she brand spanking new, very first person on our team this month to hit cab. She did it. I literally woke up on the first and I was like, oh, congratulations, Megan. Oh, look, she hit her VIP. Like, what's going on? VIP. She's amazing. Amazing. And so I love to like have friendly competition with people on our team. Like, oh, like I'll race you there. Like, my girl Paula and I will race. And I feel like gosh, Megan's like blowing me out of the water. Like, I just feel like I can't even keep up with her. So I'm excited to hear from you. Do you have anything that you want to share, or do you want me to just like ask you a couple questions? Because I know you said you were nervous.
You can ask and then I can always add on. And there's no rush. So like if Sue has something she needs to say, I like blocked out this time. So
I just want to know how you're doing it. Like that, like in a chat, I was like, girl, I want to see the messages, because she'll be in there. She's like, GLP customer 1 out of 10, GLP customer 2 out of 10, GLP customer 3 out of 10, and I'm like, hold on, like, are you following up with people to do this? What does your follow up look like? Are they reaching out from a post, from a story? If yes, what is the post? What is the story? Where are you seeing that biggest return?
so I think the biggest thing I've noticed since coming back is consistency. And I think it's just the fact that a lot of the people that jumped on with me this time are people that hadn't prior, were interested. And then, like, obviously, I left and I came back. But because I was so consistent throughout wherever I went, they finally caught the belief, I guess. So it's just like not giving up and just being consistent no matter how you feel. I'm terrible at posting. I'm terrible at reels. Reels will make me cry because I get so frustrated with them. So a lot of it's just like being in my stories all the time, being authentic. When I do post, I try to make it really relatable because I still am not in a good place financially. And I'll share that because I've found an avenue that's helping me get out of that. I've found something that's helping me not have to do. So I do Instacart, I do like Uber Eats and all that throughout the day because I lost my job a few months ago after 10 years and it was like sudden. But again, I refuse to like not let that be like pity party, oh, poo me, I lost my job, because I have 5 kids at home and that's not an option. Like, I saw my husband do that years ago when he lost his job and he just like dwelled on it for months and months and months. I can't find a job. There's no work out here, la la la. And it's like that really hurt. And I knew that I could not allow that. Like the second day after I got fired, I was out doing stuff because I knew that that wasn't an option. And I feel like that's my drive now. And I see so many people in the same position. And so when I'm sharing how I'm feeling on a daily basis, I'm sharing how this is helping me. People are grabbing that. People that have been following me for 10 years. I've been doing network marketing since 2016. Not the same company, but they've seen me that, okay, obviously there's something here. Obviously there's something more. Like, if she's been doing it for this long and not giving up, there's something here. And lately, what I've been seeing a lot of success is those people that have been watching for years are finally reaching out, and I'm following up with them, and I'm creating connections. I'm creating conversations. I'm getting their trust before I even ever talk about the products. Like, yeah, maybe their initial conversation was like, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about this? And then it's like, we don't talk about it for a while. But constantly being in their stories, constantly being within conversation. A lot of people that I follow are sports mom. A lot of people that I follow have lots of kids. A lot of people that I follow are childhood friends, but those were not the first people that I reached out to, because I knew they always say that, like, your biggest cheerleaders may not even be the people that are in your direct circle. And so I knew right away, like, hey, they're not going to be on board. But look at them now, 10 years later, they've been following me, and they're the people now reaching out to me asking. And not only that, it's like I do have people within my circle that are reaching out and asking, but they have stronger ties to those other people that have been watching for 10 years. So because that person's now got the vision, they're getting all these other people that they have a better relationship than I do. And it's just, I told Sam, like, I'm in awe of what's happening, because I'm like, yes, I'm in my DMs a lot more than I am posting and in my stories. I do a lot of conversations. I do a lot of like building that relationship, but I'm in awe because I truly think it's just the consistency that's been getting me there. I haven't given up. I've been consistent daily. And I'm also not afraid of people telling me no anymore. That used to be my biggest fear. And I think that that's what stopped me so much, was I was afraid to make the ask. I was afraid to be bold. And so lately, the past few days with like my promoters, I've been putting it in their court, and I've been saying, hey, I have this. When are we going to start? Not if or what, when, or telling them like, hey, I have this much off. How can we get your order in today? What can I do to help you get that order in today? Because the people that I do have on my, like, in my pipeline as promoters, I know their struggles, and I remind them of that. And I remind them of what's possible. I remind them of what's possible in the next 14 days. I remind them what's possible within the next 30 days. And not only that, I remind them that this wasn't like an overnight success for me. They've been seeing me do it for years. So if they're willing to give it that time, the 30, 60, 90 days, they could see something. I'm already seeing people, just as customers, reach out, and they're seeing people interested within days. So it's like, what's stopping you from being a promoter? Like, look, you're bringing all these customers in. Like, what's stopping you? So there's no secret sauce. And
I do have a question I want to ask you.
yeah,
Well, number one, I love that you said she's not afraid of no. And I think people get paralysis, we get scared.
yeah,
Oh, well, what if someone says no, or they, laugh and mock, whatever me. Listen, I was told no my whole childhood. Like, we were poor, right? Oh, you want to go to the store? No, we don't have any money. You want to go to the park? No, mom and dad got to work. You want, no, 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 no. And so, like, why did, as we got older, we got scared to hear the word? It's like, I heard no my whole first 17 years of life. But like, whatever, it doesn't bother me. And so, and I also know it's not personal, right? Like, I get 20 emails a day from Fashion Nova. Do I order every time? No. Are they going to cry about it and close up because I didn't respond to the email? Also, no, right? Who cares? No doesn't, they're not gonna, no doesn't mean no. Sometimes it's just not right now. Sometimes it's just not the right timing. People go through changes all the time, whether it be having kids, getting married, getting divorced, buying a house. Like Megan said, she lost her job, right? Like, we go through these life changes. And so maybe that woman that you talked to a couple of months ago who said no to you was comfortable with her finances because she had a husband that earned six figures a year. And now, unfortunately, she's going through a divorce and needs to find a way to make an extra income to help support her kids. Right? We don't know people's situations. Or hey, she got pregnant and had a baby and doesn't want to go back to work now. But the last time you talked, she was fine with her six-figure salary, and now she can't imagine leaving her baby, and she needs to find out how to make money from home. Right? So no doesn't necessarily mean no forever, never ever want it. It's just no, not right now. Right? Okay, so I do want to ask you. So you said you have a lot of conversations in the messenger, like in the DMs. And I've always preached that millions are made in the messenger. Like you might see me only post like once or twice here or there every day or so, but like I'm having conversations. How are you doing that? Are you going through stories and responding to stories? Are you intentionally like going through a potentials list and messaging them to create conversation? Are you offering samples? Are you going just full in with the packs? What does that look like for you?
So yes, I am in my stories a lot and I'll just like create conversations on what I see. So like I said, I follow a lot of sports moms. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people post energy drinks and it's so relatable because before I came back, I was literally drinking 2 or 3 Alani's Celsius's a day and I felt like crap. But it was literally my only lifeline because I can't drink coffee. So I'm kind of relating, like I'm not saying directly that I have products that could change them. And I'm trying to like kind of spark that conversation. So when I see somebody post like an Alani of like, oh yeah, that was my favorite flavor until I couldn't take what it was doing to my body anymore. Or I didn't like how it felt. So I changed and now I have something better, or I'm doing better now without the Alani's, like kind of just something like that. So I'm not directly saying like, hey, I have a product that could change your life because I've had those conversations and you never hear back from those people. They're still in my stories watching my stories, so maybe they're just not ready, but I'm that's kind of I stopped doing that. So I'm just authentically creating conversations like, "Hey, I know where you were and I'm here to talk basically when you're ready," but not directly saying it.
Which is
Um
also huge too for letting people know, like, I've been there. You know,
yeah.
like, I get it. I've been there. Sue had said, I know what it's like to not be able to afford diapers for your babies. And you still share now, like, hey, I'm in a rut, but I'm getting out of it. And so people can relate to that. I think social media is kind of, we've gotten jaded. Like we people are fake on social media. Like let's just be honest here, and they don't want to share their struggles, but the vulnerability of people sharing like, hey, I've been there. I used to chug energy drinks. For me, I was 70 pounds heavier. Sue couldn't afford diapers. Like that's relatable, and
Yeah.
letting people know you found a way out.
And that's too like another point where I see when people are posting things about them struggling financially, I will go into their messenger say, "Hey, like I've been there. I feel that." I even had a conversation last week about that, and I wasn't even trying to give the opportunity to her. I was just authentically having a conversation and was just explaining how hard it's been lately because I think we were talking about like not being able to afford bills, but our kids are wanting sports and all that. And so I was just saying that's why I have so many side hustles. I'm doing crochet, I'm doing Uber Eats, I'm doing all these things. I'm now like promoting vitamins too. And like she's been following my stories too. I said, so I have all these side hustles and I know the struggle. And so we kind of talked a little bit after that. And she like voice memoed me after and she's like, hey, going back to that, she's like, I actually have been like pretty curious and I've been watching and tell me more about it. But it was like not once that I bring it up directly to her. So
Right.
I really think it's just being authentic and just caring for the person rather than your own. I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm caring for the people that I'm having conversations with. Like and I think that's what's so different this time is I'm not running for myself. I'm running because I've seen the opportunity. I see how different things are. I see how much we're able to help our customers this time around, especially with the credits. And it's not for me, it's for them. I want to see them do better. And obviously, if they do better, we do better. We're all, as a team, collectively working towards goals. So it's just a mindset shift that's also helped too.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
but
feel like
no,
too, when you build the relationships with people, like I will not go to someone's inbox that I do not know and try to like pitch them the
yeah,
compensation fund. Like some people do that and it works for them, and like, hey, if it's working, don't fix what's not broken. But I won't do that. But I do believe in bold messaging, right? So let's say, for example, Megan and I have talked and we have built a relationship over our kids and sports and things like that. And I do see her talk about how she's struggling financially. I would message Megan and say, hey girl, like you are free to tell me to screw off, okay? And I say this all the time because people are like, oh my gosh, no, I would never say that to you. But I'd be like, hey Megan, saw your post. Feel free to tell me to screw off if this is not for you. But have you seen on my page like what I do to create an extra income from home? Because I saw that you said you were struggling, and this really was a lifeboat for me to help me create an extra income for my family. Thought maybe I'd share some details with you if you're interested. Again, if not, no big deal, right? And it's I've built a relationship with her. We've talked over the last couple of months. We know each other's kids' names. Like it's not weird because she's not a stranger anymore. And I'm also not pushing it in her face. I'm saying, hey, like, have you see what I do? Have you ever thought about it? If not, no big deal. Like it's fine. But if it is something that would ever be up your alley, like I'd love to give you some details. And so that's super personal. I think people are scared to reach out because they don't want to be like spammy and cold messaging and send the oh hey girl you're so gorgeous kind of messages. But when you add that personal touch to it and it's somebody that you know you have talked to, even with the products, right? Like maybe it's a friend of yours and they're going on a new fitness journey and they're asking for help, like reach out and talk about the GLP, but do it in a way that's like, you know, not car salesmen. People join network marketing or we get into sales and we're like, ask me how, change your life. And like we just turn into these other people, right? But they knew you pre Thrive, they knew you pre network marketing. Don't become a different person now just because you got a new job, right? Like people change jobs all the time, they're still them. Talk to them as you and be authentic in that conversation. I've never had one person come back to me when I send them an authentic message like that and be mean or, you know, or nasty or unfriend me. Have I gotten a lot of no thank yous? Absolutely. But we're still friends and we still talk every day because it was a personal message.
Yeah. And two, I think going back on being pushy, I've learned too, I think that comes with like not being afraid to hear no, that people that have shown interest and you've been following up and maybe I'm not hearing back from them anymore, I then like send them a voice memo and I tell them like, hey, I know you were really excited about these products. We never got you to check out. We never got a sample in your hands. Are you still interested? Because I don't want to keep being like a gnat. I don't want to be bugging you because the only reason I'm still messaging you and sending the promos or whatnot is because you showed interest and I'm trying to get you the best deal because you were so excited about it. And so I'll tell them, like, tell me no. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I want to know no, so I know to like not bug you about it anymore, and we can go on with our relationship and our friendship. I said, however, if you do change your mind, like obviously I'm here, like we can talk. But
I think
I
that
would,
you can agree. A lot of people are like, no, like keep me in the loop.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they do that, but it's like if also they're not interested, I don't want to bug them, and I don't want to have this weird like, okay, they haven't replied to me in like a month. I don't want to keep bugging them. So it's like, I'd rather hear the no. And I told them that, I'm like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just tell me no. And that's it. And so,
Let's
like,
save
yeah,
everybody some time here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you're not being bothered. I'm not feeling like I'm bothering you. So,
yeah,
yeah, I love that. And I'll tell people too, I'm like, you can, you know, if I'm bothering you, like you just tell me. I just want to make sure that you're kept in the loop. You know,
yeah,
we wanted to get you the best deal possible. You said you were interested. And if you've changed your mind, that's totally fine. But I don't want to keep feeling like I'm bothering you or you feel like you're being bothered. If you lost interest, that's okay. And 99% of the times they're like, oh my gosh, no, like something just came up. Please keep me in the loop. And then that tells me, okay, I'm going to keep following up with them. Oh no, is she frozen or am I frozen? Megan. Uh oh. Okay. So while she sorts that out, Sue, did you wanted to share something, right?
Yeah, I have some notes here. And so we're talking to the two follow up queens. We're talking to the two people who message the most. And when I look at some of the most successful people in this business, I remember there's one named MJ, very, very, very top enroller, just mass enroller. And you would look at her posts and you're like, I don't get it. How? Like, it's just the most basic posts. And what you have to understand, it is the behind the scenes. It is the millions are made in the messenger. And it took me so long. It took me until this point to realize that. Okay. 7 years in. So I just want to get that to whoever has not caught that vision yet. That is what we need to be doing. But in my notes, the Bible is the best leadership book, you guys. Even if you don't believe in the Bible, read it because it'll be a good leadership book for you. Okay. But when you think of the life of Moses, what do you think of? The parting of the sea, right? The fame, the success, that's what Moses did. He parted the sea. Okay. But what was he doing before that? He was tending to the flock. He was tending, he was serving, he was leading in secret to the flock, which is your people, right? And so when we're doing that in the messenger, I'm always pouring into people. I'm always praying for people in my messenger. That's why I get caught up in my messenger because People come to me for the deepest, most like intimate parts of their life. I don't know why people just come to me to open up with them. And I sit there and I'll pray a voice clip to people all the time. In the desert, in secret, was where Moses was lifted up. When you serve in secret, you're walking in purpose, and you need to serve or you're going to lift it up. Does that make sense? Um, God will always take down into humility and then up, promotion and power. Okay, that's how it works. First, you plant in the under in the soil, in the roots, right? My team name, Rooted and Rising, because we're rooted in what we have. And it's with my team, it's so much deeper than just like, they don't join me for my numbers. They don't join me for, the trips I went on or the success I've had. They join me for my heart and my heart to help them and my heart, and they know I'm here for them. I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to uplift them. So then I have submission to what God's put on your heart, right? Is how that we move up and we are promoted in our life. The second thing, you guys, is just praying, right? Or praying, meditating, right? Like, how many times have you actually prayed over your business, over your team, over your customers, over your people that are watching you, the lives that you can change? Because what we have, I know it sounds cheesy, like, oh, it's life changing, but it really is, you guys. Like, I've helped women like lose 60 plus pounds, right? They're stuck on like 3 pots of coffee a day. Like this, that could land them in the hospital. They have landed in the hospital with diabetes and hypertension and all the epidemics we have going on in America. What we have really does change lives. I know it sounds cheesy, but when you put that prayer aspect into it, like when you're like, wake up in the morning, and you're praying, who can I help today? Who can I keep out of a hospital bed 20 years from now? Because it's that impactful what we have. People of prayer are people of power, right? Um, the only reason people don't pray is because they believe what they can do is bigger than what he can do, what God can do for you. When you pray, you're putting it in his hands and you're allowing him to be God. And I'll tell you, in the busiest season of my life, and just like moving, having a baby, having puppies, having all this going on, I was able to walk that stage as a 4K goat. That's crazy. That's not in my own doing. And so I don't glorify and magnify myself in that. The third thing is like having a fresh fire, right? Um, Fresh fire, and that's what I talked about in the beginning, was revisiting what is your fire. Like for me, it used to be staying at home, but now I'm home, so now I have to revamp that, right? Because I look at my life now and be like, this is what I was fighting for. I wanted to be home with my kids, and I'm not saying that my income here at Laval has brought me there. Like, we've cut down on a lot of stuff, but I'm saying my lifestyle has changed. Now I'm not working full time, so now I have to have a fresh fire and a fresh vision. So this business should be like faith is a fire shut up in your bones, right? It's in you, it's within you, so that whatever comes against you, when life, when people leaving, when new companies, when anything comes against you, it will not consume you. Think about the burning bush. You guys know the story of the burning bush. It didn't consume Moses because he had a fire shut up in his bones. It's not going to consume you when things come against you. And I've had to fight for my life in these past 2 years, probably the hardest 2 years in my entire 7 years with, network marketing. And I've had to really visit these things, you guys, and work on my mindset and give myself so much grace. So I'm talking to you, like the one that maybe you have regrets. Maybe you haven't posted. Maybe you haven't shared. Maybe you haven't done the things you need to do. You haven't set up your text blast yet or your email blast, and you're not organized yet. It's okay. Start today, day one. Don't look back. The lady.
Can I share too? I had read this morning. I'm reading a book right now. I'm actually rereading it. It's called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. And it says the universe a lot, but I just like to replace the universe with God, but whatever you want, however you want to read it. But the chapter this morning was talking about how when you feel like everything's coming against you, right? And we've all been in those seasons where it's like someone left, someone's sick, this person stopped. You guys, we buried Tony's grandma last week. And after I get off this Zoom, I'm going to say goodbye to my grandpa. Like life is lifing, right? And things are hard. Kids get sick, financial burdens, all these things. But I want you to think about an addict. Okay, this is what she talked about. It was so good. And then we'll, if Megan wants to throw anything in, she can. Then we'll hop off because I don't want to keep you guys forever. I want you to think about an addict. Okay, an addict decides to get clean, which is the best thing they could do, right? This is an amazing thing. It's an amazing decision. But what happens with that? The withdrawals, the shakes, the throwing up, the sweats, all these things. And it's making them question, like, oh my gosh, like, should I even do this? Like, is this worth it? I feel like I'm dying. Like, why am I doing this to myself? Even though they know it's for the best, right? And so a lot of times that's what happens is when you're doing something that is your breakthrough or your next level or the next thing that's going to change and transform your life, it's going to feel like the odds are stacked against you a lot of times. And this is biblical too, Sue can back me up, I know she can, that those obstacles are gonna test your faith. But when your faith is tested, your endurance is strengthened, right? And so those obstacles and those seasons, I will never look at them as a reason to throw in the towel. But I'm like, not today, Satan. Like, that's always been my mindset when things are crumbling around me. I'm like, God must have the biggest blessing on the other side of this fire for me. And so think about that whenever you're feeling tested in all the ways, is that, the enemy doesn't, thieves don't break into empty houses, right? The enemy's not going to waste his time trying to discourage you if there's not something powerful inside of you. You are a threat. You are here to change lives, yours and others, and transform yours and others. And so walk in that. Walk in that. Megan, you're back. Do you have anything that you want to say before we hop off? Oh, hang on. You might have to. You got it?
I got it, I think. No, you had asked about samples. And so, I mean, my only thing is, yeah, I offer samples, but I always lead with the products. I always tell them and I give them the breakdown of how much it is daily and compare it to like a Starbucks. And I'm like, in all honesty, what is that Starbucks giving you? It's just energy for a few hours and then it's done. Where our products are literally day long, lifelong, like they're good things for your body. And so when I break it down, the price per day to them of our products compared to a sample, they're always more reluctant to not get the sample and buy the
And
full product.
something that I tell people too is I'm like, okay, you can grab a sample for $30,
Yeah.
or I can take that $30 and just apply it to an order for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll
It's-
tell people that too. And then, because a lot of times we're like, oh, sample cash, sample cash, sample cash, and we love it, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, but like we want those numbers. We want them in the system. We want them on a full month supply. Samples are great for like the taste of the products, but I want to get this system in your body for 30 days and see how it makes you feel. And so letting people know, hey, $30 for the sample or $30 off. Now, if they just opt in for the sample, I always create a sense of urgency. So I tell them, okay, I will still give you that $30 off. I'll still honor it if you order within your 3 sample days. So they know on day 3, like, oh, I feel good. I've got to get my order in today if I want that $30 off. And so that creates that sense of urgency as well. Okay, I think that's all she wrote. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you guys so much. Happy payday. Make sure you share loud and proud about that. And that's all. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having on.